The man cocked his head to the side, as though waiting for her to recognize him. "You look just like your mom. Like Button, too." Was he one of Donna's old colleagues? But no, he knew her grandmother as well. Seconds stacked up, and Eve was still drawing a blank. "I'm sorry, where do I know you from?" His smile widened to reveal stained teeth and pale gums. "Just take my hand. I'll stay with you." She stepped back, pressing against the glass display window. It felt cold and slick against her back, even through the fabric of her coat. He moved closer, reached for her hand. His ring finger was gone from knuckle to tip, which sparked a jolt of recognition she didn't have time to process. His eyes were the color of dark amber. She wondered if they'd spark in the sunlight, like hers did. Donna used to say she had eyes like fool's gold. "Take my hand," he said with more urgency. "No," she wanted to say, but never got the chance. Tires screeched, followed by a loud popping noise. Her body lifted from the ground and slammed through the display window, which exploded in a spray of glass sharp enough to pierce even her lye-toughened skin. Eve flew over people and chairs and tables like a broken missile. The cake box soared from her grip. People scattered for cover. A Rorschach of blood droplets splattered the glass display case. She was above it all, seeing everything but comprehending nothing. She smelled bitter coffee and sweet coconut, tasted the salt of her own blood. All reminders of who she was and the things she'd done. She slammed to the floor, and the air whooshed from her lungs. Her eyes fixed on a brown stain on the ceiling, where a teardrop of water formed. It grew fat, fatter, fattest, wobbled with anticipation, and dropped. It splashed into her right eye and slid toward her temple. Strangers surrounded her, spoke words she couldn't understand. They had worried faces and sad faces, moon faces and balloon faces. "I'm okay," she tried to say. "I'm not hurt." To her left, a woman screamed. It was like an electric shock that jolted Eve's body to life. She tried to look, and the bones in her neck ground together with a protesting creak. Her head felt soft on that side. Mushy. The front end of a silver Lexus wedged through the Starbucks window like a ship run aground. The hood was crumpled, dripping, one headlight smashed. And of course, it was silver. Silver like moonlight on a pond. Or secrets kept. "Take my hand now. It's time. Let me help you." The old man bent toward her. He'd lost his fedora, and his hair was a gossamer cloud around his head. She opened her mouth and felt a gush of something hot and wet spill over her lips. She remembered the trail of vomit on Donna's cheek, and the dead man in the forest, and how quiet the river had seemed once the screaming stopped. "Take my hand." At the touch of his fingers, the top of her skull popped open. The inside of her head became a wind tunnel spiraling toward a blinding, horrifying white light. Like the last pea in a can, she shook loose from the center of her brain, spun in nauseating circles, and was sucked up into the whirlwind. She whipped to the opening, toward light that screamed. And somewhere beyond, she felt certain she would find her reckoning. No way was she ready for that. She skidded along the curved bone of her skull, moving faster and faster. Desperate to burrow back into herself, she kicked backward and dug into the meat of her. She slowed to a stop, and the light flickered and went out. A tidal wave of pain slammed her back and down, flooding her with inky silence. Like a spider swept toward the bathtub drain, all she could do was curl into a ball and hang on. When she tried to scream, her mouth filled with salt water. Or maybe it was blood. 2.